But she absolutely gets that. I suppose even for starters this, even me speaking approximately him or speaking approximately are courting human beings will take that and be like, all she ever talks approximately is her courting with him, the 25-year-old instructed host Alex Cooper during the episode, which premiered Wednesday. I'm simply like, well, we are married and he's a massive part of my existence, and manifestly humans are very interested by our life collectively, and he's a humongous public figure. It's a bit unavoidable at times. I do try to, have my very own thing, however it's like our lives absolutely mesh collectively. The influencer, nee Hailey Stanley first Earl Baldwin of Bewdley, daughter of actor Stephen Baldwin and niece of Alec Baldwin, has known Bieber since 2009, and the two have been linked in some capacity since 2014. The Peaches singer famously opened up about the early days of their courting in a 2016 issue of GQ after he briefly dated reality famous person Kourtney Kardashian and made near day-by-day headlines for his on-off romance with singer-actor Selena Gomez. The Rhodes skincare founder and maker of the viral $17 Aaron smoothie addressed the net furor over her courting with the Grammy winner, which hit a fever pitch when they were given engaged in 2018 when she became only 21 and he was 24. She thinks a variety of the detest they got had to do with their ages, and even she in my opinion never thought she'd get married that young. The pair tied the knot in a chain of ceremonies in 2018 and 2019. Bieber stated she is aware that the timing seemed very speedy and really fast from the out of doors, and that it may be interpreted as honestly drastic and honestly crazy. But their union felt accurate for the two folks on the time and nevertheless does. At 18 years vintage, I knew 100% that was my husband, she stated. The version additionally addressed the perceived overlap her courting with Bieber regarded to have with Jelena, the time period for Bieber's protracted and high-profile romance with Rare Beauty founder Gomez from 2010 to 2017. Fans of Gomez have long held that the Biebers dated, while the Yummy singer and Gomez rekindled their relationship in 2017. Some even released a campaign in December 2020 to troll Bieber's Instagram live periods with bad commentary. But the model tried to put an end to the overlap rumors on Call Her Daddy. Not surprisingly, detractors have already come after her for talking on the subject just earlier than Gomez premieres her documentary My Mind and Me, and after the actor weathered numerous fitness scares and sure abuse, even as dating the pop star. Given the timeline of like in which he was at earlier than we were given back collectively and what was happening, there has been simply lots happening. But I will say too, like, the handiest human beings that really understand the reality of the state of affairs, what the timeline really become, the way it befell and the way it went down, are like me and him, Bieber said. Perception is a honestly intricate thing due to the fact when you're looking something from the outdoor, you may see it one way whilst it may now no longer really be the reality of what came about in the back of closed doors, she continued. And that's a big challenge I think of being somebody who is in the spotlight or being famous, is that I know how we got to where we got, period. I just know how it happened. I was there and I was living it every day. So there's a lot that I can understand why people were so, like, what is going on? Like this seems crazy. Cooper cut to the chase and noted that her husband had been in a very public relationship with the only murders in the building star since they were kids, and that people were obsessed with the idea of them. People were confused on the timeline you're talking about, of, like, is she a homewrecker? Cooper said. So I guess my question is, Hailey, were you ever with Justin romantically at the same time as her? No. Not one time, Bieber asserted. When him and I started hanging out, like okay, let's just put it this way. When him and I ever started like hooking up or like anything of that sort, he was not ever in a relationship ever at any point. I would never. It's not my character to mess with someone's relationship. I would just never do that. I was raised better than that. I'm not interested in doing that, and I never was. I think that there are situations where you can still kind of have like back and forth with someone, but even that was not the situation, she added. Like I can say, period, point blank, I was never with him when he was in a relationship with anybody. That's the end of it. And I had been involved with him since I